I'm Stuart. You can call me Stewie. The truth is, I'm not a professional mechanic, so if you watch me on YouTube fixing a car, it's just me fixing my car. And if you learn anything from me, that's cool. But I just gotta let you know I'm not a professional mechanic. Most of the time, I'm learning as I go. A lot of the stuff I've learned is from just looking at Chilton's and Haynes books, studying them. I've learned a lot since I've started watching YouTube from Eric the Car Guy and other people. But really, originally, I just learned from hanging around people that work on cars. All my life, I was lucky enough to be around some older guy that was working on a car, and they always needed someone to hold the light or pass them the tools. So I was lucky enough to gain that experience in people's garages and stuff over the years. You know, it started out with my dad. He just had to fix his cars to get to work. It was a necessity. And he'd be out there trying to fix a car underneath it. He needed someone to pass him a wrench or something, and so I was there. I was the one watching him do that. And one year in the summer, his engine on the Buick blew up, and him and his friends, they rebuilt it that summer, and I was the guy washing off all the parts as they rebuilt the engine. So then later in my life, I ended up living with a family friend, and he was a classic car collector, so every time he was working on a classic car, I was right there having to help him fix it. After that, I lived with another guy, and he was swapping engines on a Mustang and restoring a Dodge Dart, and I was always there in the garage all night helping him. So there came a time in my life where I wasn't really doing any mechanic work. I don't want to be a mechanic. I don't want to work at Meineke and change brakes all day and be dirty and breathe in the brake dust and the chemicals. But then the necessity of having to fix cars came up because we need to commute, and riding the bus sucks. And you buy a cheap car, you and your family, you buy a cheap car, and then it needs to get fixed. And so I had the guts to try to fix things myself, and as I go, then the confidence to fix things grows, and that's the way that it goes with working on cars. As you do small things, you get more confident, you buy more tools, you collect up more resources and knowledge, and it just goes from there. So now I'm starting to feel confident enough to where I could do a timing belt and a water pump job on a Honda Civic. For me, 2 years ago, that was impossible. I remember back in 2011 or whatever it was, the timing chain broke on my 1979 Buick Regal, and I thought it was the end of the world. Luckily, I had somebody old enough, Uncle Maury. He helped me change that timing chain. He towed my car to his house. I was lucky, and he was right there to guide me through the job. And the truth is that was the last thing that he did. He had cancer at the time, pancreatic cancer. He died within a year after that. That car, doing the timing chain on that car was really the last thing that guy got to do, and I got to share that time with him. So now I'm at a point where I'm an older guy. I'm in my late 30s now, and I'm having to fix cars myself out of necessity. I can't afford to take a cheap car to a mechanic and get it fixed. I have to fix it myself. It's the only way I can get it done. YouTube is a blessing. It's helped me. Chilton's books and Haynes manuals are helpful, but you have to read it and understand it, and there's limited pictures. The video, it just makes learning so much easier. So I watch so much YouTube videos that now I just can't help but want to film what I'm doing and post it. So I don't want you to think I'm a professional mechanic. I'm an amateur. If you learn anything from me, that's great. But really, I'm just trying to show people what I do. Nobody hangs out in the garage with me, so I want to share with people what I'm working on. That's why I'm making videos. So thanks for watching them if you care, and you can leave a comment all the way at the bottom of the screen. You can give a thumbs up. And thanks for listening. Alright.